Good morning. Today our topic is evaporation. We know when a liquid is left exposed to atmospheric air, its volume decreases gradually. Even we know when wet clothes are spread in air, they get dried up quickly. If we keep ice cold water in a glass, we can find a puddle of water droplet outside that glass tumbler. So these all things are happening due to evaporation. So simply you can say the process of a liquid changing into vapors at any temperature below its boiling point at a given atmospheric pressure is called evaporation, whose definition here it is given. Okay, so there are few factors on which the rate of evaporation depends. Like number one is temperature. The rate of evaporation increases with the increase of temperature of the liquid. This is due to the reason that as the temperature increases, the kinetic energy of the particles of the liquid also increases. Therefore, they can overcome the forces of attraction of the neighboring particles on the surface of the liquid and hence can more easily get converted into vapor. As a result, the rate of evaporation increases. First one, temperature. Second one, surface area of the liquid. If the surface area of the liquid exposed in the atmospheric air, if you can increase, then more amount of that particles, liquid particles will be exposed in the air. Hence, by increasing the surface area of the liquid, we can increase the rate of evaporation. Third point is humidity of air. The amount of water vapors present in an air is termed as humidity. When the lot of water vapors are present in the air, you can say this air is very much damp. If there is no water vapor, then you can say it's dry. So when the humidity in the air is low, then more amount of liquid particles will get space to go to the atmosphere. Hence, by decreasing humidity of air, we can increase the rate of evaporation. Fourth one is the wind speed. Increase in the wind speed will increase the rate of evaporation. Okay, we know the washed wet clothes, they get dried up quickly on a windy day because evaporation is faster due to high speed of the wind. Actually, with the increase in the wind speed, the particles of water vapors present in air also move away and the air which replaces it is comparatively dry. This will increase the rate of evaporation. Next and the last one, the factor is nature of the liquid. The lesser the boiling point of a liquid, more is its tendency to change into vapors or to evaporate. Thus, more volatile liquid having low boiling point evaporate faster than less volatile liquids having high boiling point. For example, alcohol evaporates at a faster rate than water because the boiling point of alcohol is 350 Kelvin, while that of water is 373 Kelvin. That means water evaporates in a very slow rate than that of alcohol. Okay, next we'll find in that part the differences between boiling and evaporation. Okay, that I'll be sending along with an enclosed PDF which will be given to your class group. Boiling and evaporation, these two are differentiated in 3 or 4 points. Very simple things. We know that boiling is a total phenomenon from the bulk and evaporation is nothing but the surface phenomena. In case of boiling, there will be no cooling occurs, but in case of evaporation, there will be cooling. So these are things I'll be sending you in an enclosed PDF. Next one is coming, how does evaporation cause cooling? Evaporation of a liquid is always accompanied by decrease in temperature or cooling because the liquid needs energy while changing into vapors. The cooling caused by evaporation is based on the fact that When the liquid evaporates, it takes the latent heat of vaporization from the surroundings, which results in cooling. Okay, so here you can find there are a few ideas regarding this. How does evaporation causes cooling? There are so many examples that evaporation causes cooling. Very simple things you can find. During summer season, people used to sprinkle water in their lawns, in the rooftop, so that these all water can take out the energy or the heat energy from its surroundings or from the inside the home. Hence, we feel comfortable because to some extent there is a decrease in the temperature. So we are going to give some of the examples of cooling due to evaporation. Check this out. Number one, just now what I said, people sprinkle water on the open ground during summer. Number two, pouring of acetone, petrol or perfume on your palm, you'll feel very much cold for that. This is because when you're pouring this acetone, petrol, perfume, this kind of low boiling liquid, they used to take the heat energy from our palm and quickly evaporates. Hence, we feel very much cold. Why do we wear cotton clothes in summer? The light color cotton clothes actually used to absorb the sweat from our skin and then quickly evaporates. While evaporation, this sweat used to take energy from our skin and hence we feel comfortable. Desert cooler, which is made by the principal evaporation nowadays, you should find that it is having the grass particles attached in its 3 windows, and we used to sprinkle water by using a pump. So whenever there is evaporation causes inside the desert cooler, it feels very much cold air, and that is been thrown by some fan inside our home. So during this desert cooler, you'll find they are cooling in a better condition in a hot and dry day. Hot means more temperature, dry means less humidity. Depending on these two things, you should know that evaporation is higher in case of higher temperature and low humidity. Hence, a desert cooler cool better in a hot and dry day. Cold water is obtained from an earthen pot or matka during summer. Okay, so in this summer season, you can find these are earthen pots which are made by soil. So these have been totally occupied by so many tiny holes or orifices through which water inside the pot comes out and used to evaporate by taking the energy from the pot. Hence, the water kept inside the pot becomes very much cold. So these are some examples of cooling due to evaporation. Some more examples also you'll find in the attached copy as well as from your NCERT textbook and from any kind of reference book. So this was the last topic, evaporation of chapter 1 chemistry in the class 9. After that, the exercise questions will be solving. We'll be sending some of the assignments based questions. Maybe some test will be there after this chapter number 1. Thank you very much.